Silence is not weakness. Silence is power. When you're disrespected, when you're put down, when the world tries to diminish your worth, that's when your silence becomes your strength. You see, we live in a world that's always shouting, a world that believes the loudest voice wins. But I'm here to tell you today that true power lies in knowing when to speak and when to stay quiet. You're in a room full of people and someone throws an insult your way. The old you might have jumped to defend yourself, might have shouted back, might have let anger take control. But the new you, the powerful you, the you I'm talking to right now, you stay quiet. What you understand, the fundamental truth, your worth is not determined by other people's words. Your value is not up for debate. Your dignity is not something that can be taken away by a careless comment or a hurtful remark. When you stay quiet of disrespect, you're not being weak. You're being strong. You're showing the world that you're unshakable. You're demonstrating that your peace is more important than proving a point. But let me be clear, it doesn't mean you're a doormat. It doesn't mean you accept disrespect. It means you choose your battles wisely. It means you understand that not every provocation deserves a response. Think about it this way. When someone throws mud at a wall, what happens? The mud sticks. But when someone throws mud at the ocean, what happens? The mud disappears. Be the ocean. Let the negativity, the disrespect, the insults dissolve in your vastness. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Shouldn't we stand up for ourselves? Shouldn't we defend our honor? And to that I say, yes, absolutely. But there's a difference between standing up for yourself and reacting out of hurt or anger. When you stay quiet after disrespect, you're not surrendering. You're strategizing. You're taking the high road. You're saving your energy for things that truly matter. Let me share a story with you. Back in my day, I once met a young man who was always quick to react. Every slight, every criticism, every negative comment, he'd fire back immediately. He thought he was being strong, thought he was showing the world that he couldn't be pushed around. But you know what happened? He was always stressed, always on edge, always ready for a fight. His relationship suffered, his work suffered, his peace of mind suffered. But then one day, he learned the power of staying quiet. He learned to pause, to breathe, to reflect before responding. And you know what? His whole life changed. People started respecting him more. They saw his calmness as strength. His silence spoke volumes. That's the power I want you to tap into. That's the strength I want you to cultivate. Because when you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you master yourself. Now, let's break this down further. What exactly happens when you choose silence in the face of disrespect? First, you maintain your dignity. When someone disrespects you, they're often trying to provoke a reaction. They want to see you lose control, to stoop to their level. But when you stay quiet, you deny them that satisfaction. You show that you're above petty insults and cheap shots. Second, you give yourself time to think. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say things we don't mean, to react in ways we later regret. But silence gives you space. It allows you to process your emotions, to consider the situation rationally, to choose your response carefully. Third, you send a powerful message. Your silence says, I don't need to defend myself against your words. I know who I am. I know my worth. That kind of quiet confidence is far more impactful than any angry outburst. Fourth, you conserve your energy. Every time you react to disrespect, you're giving away your power. You're letting someone else control your emotions, your actions, your state of mind. But when you stay quiet, you keep that power for yourself. You save your energy for the things that truly matter in your life. Fifth, you create space for growth. Sometimes disrespect comes from a place of ignorance or misunderstanding. By staying quiet, you create an opportunity for the other person to reflect on their words and actions. You give them a chance to realize their mistake without the distraction of a heated argument. But let me be clear, after disrespect doesn't mean you become a passive observer in your own life. It doesn't mean you never speak up or stand your ground. It means you choose your moments wisely. There will be times when you need to address disrespect head on. There will be situations that require you to speak up, to set boundaries, to demand respect. The key is to do so from a place of calm strength, not reactive anger. Then think it bends with the wind survives the storm while the rigid one breaks. Your ability to stay quiet in the face of disrespect is your flexibility. It's what allows you to weather the storms of life without breaking. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you might be thinking, but if I stay quiet, won't people think I'm weak? Won't they take advantage of me? That's not about how loud you can shout or how hard you can hit back. True strength is about being so secure in yourself that the words of others can't shake you. It's about having such a strong sense of self that you don't need constant validation or defense. When you stay quiet after disrespect, you're not showing weakness. You're showing that you're unshakable. You're demonstrating that your peace is not so fragile that it can be disturbed by every negative comment or criticism. Think about the great leaders throughout history, the ones who truly changed the world. They weren't the ones who reacted to every insult or criticism. They were the ones who kept their eyes on their vision, who stayed focused on their purpose, even in the face of disrespect and opposition. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine you're a mountain, tall, strong, immovable. Now imagine someone standing at the base of that mountain shouting insults up at you. Would those words change who you are? Would they make you any less of a mountain? Of course not. That's how I want you to see yourself when faced with disrespect. You are that mountain. Unshakable, unmovable, unchanged by the words or actions of others. When you don't embody this strength, when you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you don't just change yourself, you change the world around you. You see, we live in a world that's hungry for true strength, a world that's desperate for examples of dignity, of self-control, of quiet confidence. When you stay quiet in the face of disrespect, you become that example. You show others a different way to be strong. Think about the impact this could have in your family, in your workplace, in your community. Imagine if more people responded to disrespect with dignified silence instead of angry outbursts. Imagine the conflicts that could be avoided, the relationships that could be saved. You have the power to start that change right here, right now. The next time you face disrespect, remember this moment. Remember that you have a choice. You can react or you can respond. You can let your emotions control you or you can control your emotions. Now, I want to be clear about something. Staying quiet after disrespect doesn't mean you become a doormat. It doesn't mean you allow people to walk all over you. There's a big difference between staying quiet and staying silent. Staying quiet is a choice you make in the moment. It's a strategic decision to not engage with negativity. Staying silent, on the other hand, means never speaking up, never setting boundaries, never addressing issues. What I'm advocating for is the wisdom to know the difference. To know when staying quiet serves you when speaking up is necessary. It's about developing the discernment to choose your responses wisely. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in a meeting at work and a colleague makes a disrespectful comment about your idea. In that moment, you have a choice. You could react immediately, getting defensive or angry, or you could stay quiet. Let the comment pass and continue with your presentation by choosing to stay quiet. You're not letting your colleague off the hook. You're not accepting their disrespect. Instead, you're demonstrating your professionalism and your focus. You're showing that you're more committed to the success of the project than to defending your ego. And after the meeting, you might choose to have a private conversation with that colleague. You might address their comment calmly and professionally. That's not staying silent. That's choosing the right time and place to address the issue. You see, staying quiet after disrespect isn't about being passive. It's about being strategic. It's about choosing your battles wisely and addressing issues in a way that's productive rather than reactive. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial to mastering this kind. Self-worth. Because here's the truth. Your ability to stay quiet in the face of disrespect is directly tied to how you see yourself. If your sense of self-worth is fragile, if it's dependent on the opinions of others, then every disrespectful comment will feel like a threat. You'll feel compelled to defend yourself, to prove your worth, to fight back against every perceived. But when you have a strong, unshakable sense of self-worth, disrespect loses its power over you. You don't need to defend yourself because you know your value isn't up for debate. You don't need to prove anything to anyone because you're secure in who you are. So how do you build this kind of self-worth? It starts with understanding a fundamental truth. Your worth is inherent. It's not something that's given to you by others, and it's not something that can be taken away by others. You're valuable simply because you exist. Think about that for a moment. Let it sink in. Your worth isn't based on your achievements. It's not based on your possessions. It's not based on your relationships or your social status. It's based on the simple, profound fact of your existence. When you truly internalize this truth, it changes everything. Suddenly, the opinions of others lose their power over you. Disrespect doesn't shake you because you know it doesn't define you. You become free to pursue your goals, to live your purpose, without being held back by the fear of what others might say or think. Now, building this kind of unshakable self-worth isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey, a process of continual growth and self-discovery. But it's a journey worth taking because it's the foundation of true strength and inner. So how do you start this journey? It begins with self-awareness. Start paying attention to how you talk to yourself. What's your inner dialogue like? Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you always comparing yourself to others? Are you tying your worth to external factors like success or approval? If so, it's time to change that inner dialogue. Start treating yourself with the same kindness and respect you'd show to a dear friend. Celebrate your strengths. Acknowledge your efforts. Be patient with your shortcomings. Next, we'll focus on your values. What do you believe in? What principles guide your life? When you have a clear sense of your values, you have a solid foundation that can't be shaken by the opinions or actions of others. Then, set goals that align with those values. Work towards something meaningful to you. There's incredible power in knowing that you're making progress, that you're growing, that you're working towards something important. And finally, surround yourself with people who respect you, who believe in you, who challenge you to grow. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your self-worth. Choose to be around people who lift you up, not those who tear you. As you build this unshakable self-worth, you'll find that staying quiet after disrespect becomes easier. It becomes a natural expression of your inner strength rather than a difficult exercise in self-control. Now, I want to do something that many of you might be struggling with. You might be thinking, this all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do this in real life? How do I stay quiet when every part of me wants to react? It's a great question, and it brings us to a crucial point. The art of staying quiet after disrespect is a skill. And like any skill, it takes practice. It takes repetition. It takes commitment. So let me give you some practical steps you can take to start mastering this skill. First, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the act of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you're mindful, you create a space between stimulus and response. You give yourself the chance to choose your reaction rather than being controlled by your immediate emotions. Start by taking a few minutes each day to simply sit quietly and focus on your breath. Notice your thoughts as they come and go without getting caught up in them. This simple practice can dramatically increase your ability to stay calm and centered, even in challenging situations. Second, develop a mantra. A mantra is a short phrase that you can repeat to yourself in moments of stress or difficulty. It could be something like, I am calm and in control, or this too shall pass, or even simply breathe. When you face disrespect, silently repeat your mantra to yourself. It can help you stay grounded and focused. A third, practice the pause. When you face disrespect, make it a habit to pause before you respond. Take a deep breath. Count to 10 if you need to. This pause gives you the chance to choose your response rather than reacting on autopilot. 4, visualize success. Spend some time each day visualizing yourself staying calm and composed in the face of disrespect. See yourself as that unshakable mountain we talked about earlier. The more you practice this visualization, the more natural it will become in real life situations. Celebrate your victories. Every time you successfully stay quiet in the face of disrespect, acknowledge it. Be proud of yourself. Reflect on how it felt, what you learned, how you grew. This positive reinforcement will help solidify the habit. And 6, learn from your setbacks. There will be times when you don't manage to stay quiet, when you react in ways you later regret. That's okay. It's part of the learning process. Instead of beating yourself up, treat these moments as valuable learning opportunities. Reflect on what triggered you, what you could do differently next time. Now, as you practice these steps, remember, the goal isn't to become an emotionless robot. The goal isn't to never feel hurt or angry when you're disrespected. Those emotions are natural and they're valid. The goal is to develop the ability to feel those emotions without being controlled by them. To acknowledge the hurt or the anger, but to choose your response based on your values and your long-term goals, not on your immediate emotional reaction. Here's something crucial to understand. Choosing to stay quiet doesn't mean you're suppressing your emotions. It doesn't mean you're bottling things up. It means you're choosing to process those emotions in a healthy way rather than letting them explode in the moment. So what does this healthy processing look like? It might mean journaling about your feelings after a difficult interaction. It might mean talking things through with a trusted friend or mentor. It might mean using physical exercise as a way to release tension and negative energy. The key is to find healthy outlets for your emotions, ways to acknowledge and process your feelings without letting them control your actions in the heat of the moment. Now, I want to address something that's vitally important. We've been talking about the power of staying quiet after disrespect, but I want to make something very clear. This advice does not apply to situations of abuse, harassment. In those situations, speaking up is not just okay. It's necessary. It's crucial to set clear boundaries, to seek help, to remove yourself from harmful situations. Your safety and well-being always come first. What we're talking about here is dealing with the everyday disrespect that we all encounter from time to time. The thoughtless comment from a colleague, the rude behavior of a stranger, the dismissive attitude of an... These are the situations where the art of staying quiet can be powerful. But even in these situations, staying quiet doesn't mean you never address the issue. It means you choose the right time and the right way to address it. It means you respond from a place of calm strength rather than reactive anger. For example, if a colleague consistently makes disrespectful comments, you might choose to stay quiet in the moment, but then schedule a private conversation to address the issue. You approach that conversation calmly and professionally, focusing on the behavior and its impact rather than attacking the person. This approach is far more likely to lead to positive change than an angry outburst in the heat of the moment. It demonstrates your professionalism, your emotional intelligence, and your leadership. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial to understand. The power of staying quiet after disrespect isn't just about how you interact with others. It's about how you interact with yourself. It's about developing inner strength and resilience that goes far beyond any single interaction or moment of disrespect. When you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you're not just changing your external responses, you're rewiring your internal landscape. You're developing a kind of emotional immunity that allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and dignity. Think about it this way. Every time you choose to stay quiet in the face of disrespect, you're making a powerful statement to yourself. You're saying, I am in control of my reactions. I choose my responses. I'm not at the mercy of others' words or actions. Added to this internal dialogue, repeated over time, builds a reservoir of self-trust and self-respect. You start to see yourself as someone who can handle difficult situations with poise and composure. This self-image becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, shaping your behavior in all areas of life. But it goes even deeper than that. When you stay quiet after disrespect, you're also practicing a form of emotional alchemy. You're taking a potentially negative experience and transforming it into an opportunity for growth and self-mastery. And instead of letting disrespect diminish you, you use it as a catalyst for personal development. Each instance of disrespect becomes a chance to strengthen your emotional muscles, to deepen your self-awareness, to refine your ability to choose your responses consciously. This practice changes you on a fundamental level. It cultivates a kind of inner stillness, a calm center that remains unshaken even in the face of life's storms. This inner stillness becomes your superpower, allowing you to navigate challenges with clarity and purpose. Moreover, as you develop this ability, you'll find that it extends far beyond moments of disrespect. The same skills that allow you to stay quiet when someone insults you will serve you in all kinds of high-pressure situations. Imagine you're in a crucial business negotiation and the other party tries to provoke you into making a rash decision. Your practiced ability to stay calm and composed will be invaluable. Or picture yourself in a heated argument with a loved one. Your capacity to pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally could be the difference between deepening the conflict and finding a resolution. In essence, mastering the art of staying quiet after disrespect is about mastering yourself. It's about developing the kind of inner strength and emotional intelligence that will serve you in every area of life. But let's be clear, it isn't always easy. There will be times when staying quiet feels impossibly hard. There will be moments when you fall short of your own expectations, when you react in ways you later regret. In these moments, it's crucial to show yourself compassion. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection. You're engaged in a process of growth and learning. Each setback is not a failure, but a valuable lesson that brings you one step closer to mastery. Think of it like learning to play a musical instrument. In the beginning, you hit a lot of wrong notes. Your fingers fumble. Your timing is off. But you don't give up. You keep practicing, keep refining your skills. And slowly but surely, you improve. The same is true for emotional mastery. Each time you face disrespect is another opportunity to practice, to refine your skills, to get a little bit better. Now, let's explore another crucial aspect of this practice is impact on your relationships. When you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you transform the dynamics of your interactions with others. Often do conflicts escalate because both parties react immediately, letting their emotions drive their words and actions. But when you choose to stay quiet, you break that cycle. You create space for reflection, for de-escalation, for more thoughtful. This doesn't mean you become a pushover or that you never address issues. Rather, it means you address them from a place of calm strength rather than reactive emotions. You choose the right time and the right way to have important conversations rather than letting them be dictated by the heat of the moment. As you practice this, you'll likely notice a shift in how others interact with you. People tend to mirror the energy we put out into the world. When you consistently respond to disrespect with calm dignity, you set a powerful example. You raise the bar for the kind of behavior that's acceptable in your presence. Over time, this can lead to profound changes in your relationships. Conflicts become less frequent and less intense. Conversations become more productive. You created an environment of mutual respect where disagreements can be addressed civilly and constructively. The benefits extend beyond just avoiding conflicts. When you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you also become a more effective listener. Instead of mentally preparing your rebuttal while someone else is speaking, you're able to truly hear. This deepens your understanding and often leads to more meaningful, authentic connections. Moreover, this practice can significantly enhance your leadership abilities. Whether you're leading a team at work, guiding your family, or taking charge in your community, the ability to stay calm and composed in the face of challenges is invaluable. Leaders who react emotionally to every provocation often create chaotic, stressful environments. But leaders who can stay quiet in the face of disrespect, who can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, inspire confidence. They create stable, productive environments where people feel safe to express ideas and take risks. Now, let's consider how this practice impacts your decision-making abilities. When you're constantly reacting to disrespect or criticism, you're operating from your emotional brain. This part of your brain is great for quick, instinctive responses, but it's not so good at long-term planning or complex problem solving. But when you stay quiet after disrespect, when you choose not to engage, immediately you give your rational brain time to come online. This allows you to consider situations more objectively, to see the bigger picture, to make decisions based on your values and long-term goals rather than short-term emotional satisfaction. This enhanced decision-making ability can have a profound impact on all areas of your life. In your career, it can help you navigate office politics more effectively and make strategic choices that advance your long-term objectives. In your personal life, it can help you build stronger, more resilient relationships and make choices that align with your deepest values. Let's also consider how this practice affects your stress levels and overall well-being. Constantly reacting to disrespect is exhausting. It keeps you in a state of high alert, triggering your body's stress response over and over again. Over time, this can take a serious toll on your physical and mental health. But when you master the art of staying quiet after disrespect, you're essentially mastering stress management. You're training yourself to stay calm in the face of provocation, to maintain your inner peace regardless of external circumstances. This not only feels better in the moment, but it also has long-term benefits for your health and well-being. Moreover, this practice can significantly boost your self-confidence. Every time you successfully stay quiet in the face of disrespect, you're proving to yourself that you're in control. You're demonstrating that you have the power to choose your responses, that you're not at the mercy of others' words or actions. This builds a deep, unshakable confidence that comes from within, rather than depending on external validation. Now, let's explore how this practice can enhance your creativity and problem-solving abilities. When you're constantly caught up in reacting to disrespect or criticism, your mental energy is focused on defending yourself or proving others wrong. But when you learn to stay quiet, you free up that mental energy for more productive pursuits. Instead of wasting time and energy on unproductive conflicts, you can channel that energy into creative projects, innovative solutions, or personal growth. You create mental space for new ideas to emerge, for connections to form, for insights to arise. This can be particularly powerful in professional settings. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone dismisses your idea disrespectfully. Instead of getting caught up in defending yourself, you stay quiet. This allows you to listen to the rest of the discussion with an open mind, potentially leading to new insights or alternative approaches you might not have considered if you were focused on proving your original point. Furthermore, the ability to stay quiet after disrespect can significantly enhance your persuasive power. When you respond to disrespect with calm dignity, you often command more respect than if you had argued or fought back. Your quiet confidence can be far more compelling than any verbal defense. Think about the people you most admire. Chances are they're not the ones who are quickest to argue or most aggressive in defending themselves. They're likely the ones who maintain their composure even in challenging situations, who respond to provocation with grace and dignity. By mastering this skill, you become that kind of person. You become someone who others look up to, someone whose opinion carries weight not because you insist upon it, but because your behavior commands respect. In conclusion, the art of staying quiet after disrespect is about so much more than just how you respond in the moment to a single instance of disrespect. It's a transformative practice that can reshape your internal landscape, enhance your relationships, improve your decision-making, reduce your stress, boost your confidence, unleash your creativity, and increase your influence. It's a journey of self-mastery that extends far beyond managing disrespect. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, about cultivating the kind of inner strength and emotional intelligence that will serve you in all areas of life. Next time you face disrespect, remember, your power lies not in your immediate reaction, but in your thoughtful response. In that moment of quiet, you have the opportunity to demonstrate true strength, to choose growth over defensiveness, wisdom over reactivity. In that moment of quiet, you have the power to transform not just the situation, but yourself.